Debt can be a significant burden on you financially and emotionally, but there are strategies out there that help you tackle that burden so you can become financially free in the future. Not only am I going to give you some best practices on how to pay off debt, but I'm also going to give you some tips and tricks on how to reduce your monthly payments while you're working on paying off those debts. This is going to be putting money back in your pocket every single month. Now, if that excites you, hit that like button and let's get into it. The first step in paying off your debt is to understand how much you actually owe. Make a list on how much credit card debt you have, how many loans that you have, different types of loans, and any other outstanding balances. Yes, this means you actually have to go in there and look at your debts. I know for many of us, that is a huge struggle. I know for myself included, back whenever I wasn't financially free, I was terrified of looking at my credit card bill because I did not want to see that big number staring me right in the face saying, hey, you owe me money. This could get you into some serious trouble, and that's why I'm making this video for you here today, so you can become debt free. On top of listing out the credit cards, loans, any other type of balance that you have, you also need to write the interest rates down, the minimum payments, and the due dates on each bill. This will help you get a clear picture on your overall debt so you can start beginning to pay this down. There are a bunch of different methods out there, and I actually will cover those in this video as well. But what I want you to do right now is to pay off your highest interest rate credit cards first. And this is what I mean. This is gonna be one of the tricks I'm gonna teach you in just a second. These debts will cost you more money in the long run, so it's essential that you pay these debts off first. And what I want you to consider, and this is what helped me tremendously, is getting a personal loan, and it's going to be a lower interest rate than what your credit cards are. So my personal loan was around, I think it was like 10 or 12%. And my credit cards were about 24, 25%. So right there, I'm cutting my interest rate in half, and I'm taking all of my credit card debt and I'm putting it onto one payment. Now, here's what the crazy part is. Listen to this. Whenever I was paying on the credit cards, I was paying about $500 in minimum payments every single month. Now, whenever I moved all those funds from my credit card debt over to a personal loan, that's whenever I was able to reduce my interest rate, and I was actually able to start spending on that personal loan $282 a month. So right there, I was saving roughly $200 a month just by doing this one simple trick. Also, whenever you do this, to get a little bit in depth, is whenever you are reducing your credit utilization, your credit score is going to jump. So my personal credit score jumped about 60 points whenever I moved all my debt from credit cards over to a personal loan. That means not only am I saving $200 a month, but my credit score is looking about 60 points better than it was before then. Next, what we need to do is we need to start creating a budget, because that is an essential step of paying off debt. You need to start paying attention where your money is going every single month. After you have taken some time into looking at your monthly statements, seeing, what these expenses are, what money is going out, etc. Now you can start creating a budget that includes all of your necessities. So that means food, basically everything that you need to live. So food, shelter, transportation, utilities, etc. Once you do that, you can start categorizing your expenses. So obviously what I just touched on was your needs. So it's kind of a little sneak peek on another trick I'm going to teach you in just a second. But your needs, so the things that you need to live on, your food, transportation, shelter, etc. Now you can then go in and categorize what your wants are. And this is going to be what your Netflix, you're going out to eat, you're going clothes shopping, etc. After you have categorized those things, what I want you to do, and this is very paramount, it's called the 50-30-20 rule. Basically, this means you're going to spend 50% of your income towards your needs. So like I said earlier, your food, shelter, your transportation, utilities, etc. So 50% of your income is going directly to that category. Next, the 30% is going to go towards your wants. So this is like your Netflix, your clothes, you're going out to eat, etc. And then after that, your 20%, you want to take 20% of your income and you want to put that into a savings account. And now you can break this down a bunch of different ways. You can take that 20%, divide it in half, 10% go into a savings and emergency fund, 10% go into investment funds, etc. You can do whatever you want to with that. But it's very important that you don't go above 30% of your wants. 50%, you can even mess with that a little bit. This is all kind of personalized, because if you're spending less than 50% of your monthly income on your needs, then you can start putting more into your investment account. Same goes for the wants. If you're very disciplined and you don't really do a bunch of things, you can then, let's say you spend 10% of your income on your wants, And now you can spend that other 20%, put that into your savings and your investment funds. Not only is this a great way to budget, this also helps you not overspend because then you see everything that's going on in your finances. Another way to pay off debt, and it comes pretty obvious, is getting a raise, increasing your income. And to be honest, I am a big believer in side hustles. And this is actually how I was able to save up for my real estate investing. I was working my military job and then I started working for DoorDash and Uber Eats. So I was working my full-time job and then I was spending about 4 to 5 hours every single night delivering food to a bunch of different people. I was saving $200 every single week. And now for at that time, I wasn't really saving any money to begin with because I was in credit card debt, etc. That was a big deal for me. Fast forward 7 or 8 months, I was able to save enough for a down payment on a property because I brought my wife in to partner with me and she gave me the rest of the down payment. And then the rest is history because honestly, if I wasn't doing that, if I didn't do that, if I didn't get my side hustle, I would not be where I am today and be financially free. Another powerful way to paying off debt is called the snowball method. And if you don't know what that is, I'm gonna touch on it really quick. That's basically where you take your lowest, let's say your credit card, you take your lowest credit card amount, and let's just say it's $1,000. You're gonna pay that $1,000 off, and then you have other credit cards, let's say $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, etc. We're gonna pay that $1,000 credit card off first. And now what that is going to do is that minimum payment or that amount that you were spending on that credit card, well, you can take that amount that you were spending on it and you go towards the next payment. This is why it's called the snowball effect, because once you have one credit card pay off and then you pay off the next credit card, and then the snowball keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger until you're eventually debt free. The snowball method is also a great motivator because you're starting to see these balances trickle down. You're starting to see that, hey, I paid off my Discover card. Hey, I paid off my MasterCard, I paid off my Visa card, etc. It's also a great motivator. It helps you stay on track. Something else that I really want you to consider is if you are struggling with making your payments, there are ways to settle your debts. This comes in the form of debt settlements or counseling. What this is going to do is you can actually talk to the credit card companies, talk to the collection agencies and say, hey, I'm not able to make these payments. What can we do in order for me to pay this off? It's kind of incredible because once you call these credit card companies, let's just say you have $1,000 in credit card debt and you only have $500, and that's because you got Christmas money. And now you're not going to be able to pay off that credit card debt for X amount of years. Well, talking to these credit card companies, they might actually let you go with just paying $500 of that $1,000 debt. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't, but you won't know unless you call them and ask for yourself. Now, debt counseling is basically just what we're doing here today. It's helping you create a budget, helping you create a plan in order to pay off your debt. Paying off your debt, it's a journey. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's a journey worth taking by assessing your debt, getting personal loans to pay off all your credit cards, creating a budget for yourself, doing the 50-30-20 rule, settling your debts by negotiating with creditors and credit card companies. And to stay motivated to keep on track, you too can pay off your debt and become financially free. If you want to learn other ways on how to become financially free, specifically through real estate investing, hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button, click that bell icon to get notified when I upload a new video just like this one. There's gonna be a video popping on your screen right now that probably you're gonna enjoy. So I highly suggest you go check out that video. But until the next video, I'm out. See ya.